Alright guys, hello again. Another episode of Lawrence Academy Screencast coming at you. Today we're going to talk about volume, and specifically the volume of prisms and cylinders. Alright, so now we see the base equation for volume in front of us, and that's V equals B times H. And that B stands for the area of the base. Alright, and the H is just the height of that shape. Okay, so we see our first example here. It's a cylinder with the height of 14 centimeters and a radius of 8 centimeters. Now, with a problem like this, we want to start back with our base equation, which is just going to be V equals B times H, right? And we have to think about what B is and what H is. Now, H is easier, so let's start there first. H is the height of the shape, and the height of this shape right here is just the 14 centimeters. So H is going to be 14. So we can just say that over here. H is going to equal 14. All right. Now, B is a little bit trickier. B is the area of the base. Well, what's the base? It's a shape, right? And the base here is a circle. So we need to think back to the area of a circle. Now, do you know what that is? Well, it equals pi r squared. Okay? So we're going to take this, and we're going to take this, and we're going to plug it into our original equation. All right? So we're going to rewrite it as V equals pi r squared times the height, which is 14. Okay, now we just need to figure out what r is, and that's simple enough. It's just given to you in the equation, or in the problem rather, 8 centimeters. So V is going to equal pi r, which is 8, squared times 14. And all we need to do now is simplify. So 8 squared is 64, so 8 squared becomes 64 pi times 14. And then 64 times 14, think about that for a second, is just 896 pi. All right, and we want to leave this in terms of pi and put our units back on. And remember, our units are going to be cubed because we're talking about volume. Now we have example 2 in front of us, and this one's all about prisms. Okay, this prism happens to be a rectangular prism. All right, so when we go about finding the volume of the shape, we want to go back to the base formula, which is going to be V equals B, which is base, times H, which is the height of the shape. Okay, so what is the base of this shape? Well, if we look a little closer, we can clearly see that the base is a rectangle with lengths 5 kilometers long and 4 kilometers long. We're going to need to go back in our math knowledge here to remember that the area of a rectangle is just B times H, or the base times the height, the length times the width, whatever you want to call it. All right, it's going to be, in the long run, 5 kilometers times 4 kilometers. Okay, so now let's adjust our equation with this new information. So now we're going to have V equals, let's do the base in blue, so it's going to be 5 times 4, and multiply all that by the height, which in this case is 12. So now it's just a matter of simplifying. So let's start with 5 times 4, which is 20. Then we bring down our 12 and the V, and then 20 times 12 is just 240. So V equals 240. And then the units were kilometers, and again, units cubed because it's volume. Alright guys, that concludes this episode. So I hope that it helped you understanding volume. And if you have any questions or concerns, go back, watch the video again, come into class with those questions, and we'll keep working on it. Good luck with the rest of your homework. Good night.